with God at the core, journaling dreams and discovering more stories.
Hello, my creatively faithful friends. I am here today for my October TBR. I am so sorry that I don't show my face most of the time, but I am just not up to showing my face today, but I really want to get this done so that I can figure out what I'm going to read for the month of October. I will be coming back later next week to do my specific TBR for the Journal Through the Bible readathon. That is the only readathon I'm participating in. That's a monthly readathon next month. So anyhow, so I got this new game. I will link this website down below. It's called Pippi Post, if you can see that. And I ordered a couple things and got this. The cover of this box is beautiful. It's foiled. The cards aren't foiled, but it is like a card game. Well, not a game, a deck of cards. So I am going to attempt, because they're very stiff. I decided to do this since I just got this instead of my normal choose what game I'm going to play. And then next month I'll put it in the rotation. We'll see if I can shuffle. Oh, did pretty good there. And we'll see what we can pick. I think I'm going to pick 5 books so that I can have room for the other things. Hoping to get my journey or my annual readathons on here, at least a couple of them, so I can, you know, accomplish my TBR better. I have not completed a TBR yet this year. Let me know in the comments down below if you have. It would be lovely to do that. So, let me pull up my my little notes of what I put down for my October TBR, because I've already gotten that down. So we'll see. Okay, so I am going to split the deck and then go with the first one. And I'm not going to look at them till all at the end, because that way I can show you, after I show each card, I can show you the book, because of course I don't have the books. Okay, I'm gonna mix them up again. I don't know if I alluded to that I might get a home library before the end of the year. My health challenges are preventing that from happening yet. We got part 1 and part 2 done, but the actual putting together of the library is on hold for now. Okay, so let's split, and we'll take the first card there. Okay, then we're gonna do that again. It's kind of a fun way to do this. And we're gonna split, let's split further down. And we're gonna do that card. And I'm not looking at the cards, so I don't know what is in here. Whatever. I will tell you, I did look through these cards before I put them back in the box right when I first got them. And I did eliminate 3 cards because they were things that there was no way that I had the stuff or would do them or anything. So Okay, let's go kind of towards the middle. And that's card number 4. Okay, my friends, if the angle is different, I am so sorry. I was right in the middle of choosing card number 5 and my computer died. So I film with my phone and I mirror it to my computer so I can make sure I'm in screen and all that kind of stuff. We are going to pull for card number 5. I have 4 cards in front of me. Okay, so we're going to pull up here close and we'll pull this one. This card number 5. Okay, so let's see what we have. Oh, I'm excited about this. Okay. We have choose a motivational book to read. So motivational really would not be a fiction book. That would be some kind of nonfiction book. Okay. I'm going to say that I can veto 1 card. So we're going to put that one down for just a second and we're going to see. That might be the card that I veto. Okay, card number 2. Choose a book with a 5-star prediction. Okay. Number 3 is read a book with an ugly cover. Oh. I'm not drawn to ugly cover books, but I am drawn to beautiful cover books. But I'll tell you what. Of the my annual readathons, I'm going to choose the book that I think has the least attractive cover. That way it'll get me one of those will definitely get on my TBR. Okay, choose an ebook to read. Oh, I can definitely do that. And read a historical fiction, and I can definitely do that. And that'll be another book from my my annual readathons. Okay, I am going to discard choose a motivational book. We will put it back in the deck and hope we don't get it again. If we get it again, oh well. I do have a motivational book that I've been wanting to read, but I'm just not in the mood for that. Okay. So we're going to split right there. And there's our 5th card. And I cannot discard this one. So we read a book with a 1-word title. Oh my. I'm looking at my list over here to see if any of them are 1-word titles. No. Okay. So I am going to go choose my books and let me put them in the right order. And then I will come back to the second part of this clip and show you the card and what book we are going to use. Alrighty. See you in a bit. Hello, my creatively faithful friends. This is Teresa. Welcome back to the second clip of my new TBR game that I played. You saw me pull the cards in the first clip, and so I have now chosen my books. I've got my phone. I've got the whole list on my phone. Let me get it out and have it sitting beside me. I have tried to film this video all last week, and I just did not. I just couldn't get around to it. So today is Saturday, October 4th. Yes, my TBR video is way late, but better late than never. So, the first card that I pulled in my new reading roulette game was choose a book with a 5-star prediction. And I will put on this side of me, oh, nope, on this side of me, hold on a second, on this side of me, why I always have problems with that, I don't know. I will put the book that I've chosen. I am going to read Counted with the Stars by Connell and Cassette. I have never read anything by her. I have heard great things about that book, and I am going to read that book. And now, the reason I don't have a lot of these books, I only have 2 physical books on my TBR this month. Most of the books that I was choosing, my library didn't have, but they were on Kindle Unlimited. And my husband said, if we're going to spend $12 on that, you need to start reading more on that Kindle. So that's what I'm going to do this month. Wasn't really planned, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay, then the next one, oh my, the next one was read a book with an ugly cover. And you heard me say, I don't really choose ugly cover books, but I, none of the books on my annual readathons did I think even I could really say that they had an ugly cover. I just couldn't do it. So I am going to read this one that's right over here, and it is Through the Veneer of Time by Vera Bell, and it is a book that is it's set in Ireland. I love Ireland. I've been there, and I would move there if I could. That is the most beautiful place I've ever visited. And so, anyhow, it is a time travel book, and I like time travel. So, anyhow, I am going to read that book. And it had the reason I thought it was ugly is it has a crow on the cover, and it doesn't have anything else that's kind of like, attractive to me on the cover. So that's why I chose that book. Okay, then the next book that the next card that I pulled was choose an ebook to read. Oh gosh. Choose an ebook to read, and I am reading Evermore by Jody Hedlund. I have just finished reading her book, and I brought it in here. Let me get it. The reason I haven't really started on any books yet in October, and I was kind of okay with this being late, is I just finished last night A Wager with the Matchmaker, and that was my September book. I just finished that last night, and love Jody Hedlund. That is book 3. And I thought I was finishing a series with that book, and then I found out from Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails that there is a new one coming out. I think she said next year. So I really love that series. So then the next card why can't I do this? Okay. The next card was read a historical fiction, and I am going to read The Lady of Red River Valley by Gabrielle Meyer, and that is the second book in the Wilderness Ladies or Ladies of the Wilderness something series. And I've had that on my Kindle for a few months now, maybe back in the summer, and I never got to it, so I'm excited to read that one. So that is the next book. And then the last book, oh, you know what? Choose an ebook to read that I said was Evermore. I had my list in not the right order. Choose an ebook to read is not Evermore by Jody Hedlund. That's read a book with a one-word title. by Jody Headland. So I will have this over here. I think I'm going to, over here. I'll put that up over here, and because I don't want you to get confused. I'm going to cut out the other part of that clip, so that's why you will not have seen it and not have seen that I messed up. But you know I messed up because I'm telling you. So anyhow, Read a Book with a One-Word Title is Evermore by Jody Headland. Okay, and that was actually the last card in the pile. And then choose an ebook to read is I am going to read A Name Unknown by Rosanna M. White, and I forgot the name of that series. I don't remember. I'll put it down here at on the screen. But anyhow, that book is book number 1 in this series, and I accidentally, well, I didn't know. When I first got into reading, I wasn't paying attention to books that were in a series, and I read book number 3 in the series, and so now I want to go back and read book number 1 and book number 2. So my library didn't have this one, but they have book 2 and book 3. Crazy. So I'm going to read this one on my Kindle. Okay, so those are the books for the cards, and then the books for my annual readathon. I was trying really, really hard to fit my books from my 5 cards into my annual readathons, and then the 2 readathons that I'm participating in for I'm participating in the autumnal readathon from Chantel Reads All Day, and then that's for September, October, and November, and then I'm participating in Journey Through the Bible with Paperbacks and Ponytails. And so I was trying to make sure everything fit in the categories. So I worked really hard to do that. My annual readathon is called the Cozy Readathon, and you can use the hashtag Cozy Readathon 2025 and tag me and use that hashtag. I try to go on that hashtag every now and again and give somebody some love, or you can tag me on Instagram. It's creatively.faithful, and I will see your post. So for my Cozy Readathon, I'm going to use a book set in England is what the cozy was, because it went with a cup of tea. And I'm going to use A Name Unknown by Rosanna M. White because it is set in England. And I have to stop and tell you a funny little story here. When Molly from Molly's Books, is that what it's called on Facebook? She has a different name tag on Instagram, but Molly's Books, I think. Molly J Books or something. I'm sorry, Molly, I don't remember. But anyhow, she gave me a little education on, set in England. So I just meant kind of like over the, I'm in the United States in Florida, and I kind of meant over the pond. I knew I didn't mean Scotland, and I knew I didn't mean Ireland, but I meant the whole rest of it. And she gave a little education that it's quite different, the UK and England, and so anyhow, I just really meant in that vicinity. So anyhow, that's for the little cozy cup of tea. And then Amanda Southern Comfort, Amanda from Book Lover Amanda, Southern Comfort. I couldn't get anything from the cards to fit there, so I'm going to read this cute little romance book called Signed, Sealed Forever by Sam Marshall. And I will put this right over here. and you can see, and it also goes with the autumnal um, bingo with orange on the cover. Okay, so then for Jane Reads from Jeanette from Jane Reads, her prompt was a Christie Award finalist, and Counted with the Stars by Conlon Cassette was an award finalist, a Christie Award finalist. And then Kat's Biblical Fiction, I am going to use Counted with the Stars for that. And I'm also reading the book of Hebrews. My husband and I are reading through the book of Hebrews. Then Chantel's what is her? Chantel Reads All Day. She just has a one-word prompt. Her annual readathon is a one-word prompt, and this word this month is history. So I'm reading that I plugged in The Lady of Red River Valley for that one. And then Princess Brideathon from Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails. You had to read a book with the villain's point of view, and that is the very last one I have. I have fulfilled all of the other ones. Yay! Because it wasn't your traditional bingo board. I'm gonna put it right over here, and you can see it. It wasn't a traditional bingo board. There was lots of spots on there, and I am going to read, on her suggestion, the book Crisscross by C.C. Warrens. And then let me see the other autumnal bingo books I am going to be able to fit in is the short story. Had to be a short story or a short book, less than 200 pages. And I have had this on my radar to read since probably January, when I was looking for my fairy tale books. And it's called Callie and the Pumpkin Seed by Sarah Barron, and it is a Cinderella retelling, and it's real fallish. You'll see it over here. I'm really excited to read that. And then the other autumnal bingo that I'm going to be able to fulfill is a book. You had to read a book about baking, and I found this cute little book with apples all over it, and it's called Sweet Cider Kisses, and it's by June Oakes. It is on Kindle Unlimited as well. And then Journey Through the Bible. The only thing that I'm going to come back and do my Journey Through the Bible readathon picks next week, because I have them separate, and I'll just come back and do those next week. I know it'll be kind of late, but that's okay. I just want to leave you with one quick, cute little thing that I'm going to do. It's October 4th. I have 12 books on my October TBR for October. And I am going to play a little game. Each day I'm going to do a short and play a little game each day, starting today, and each time that I need to read a new book. So I don't know how many you'll get. Remember, I do piles of possibilities. I know that I won't get to all 12 of these books. I've never, ever read 12 books in a month. Even last year, my highest number of books I've read in a month, and I don't know how I did that, because I had company for a whole week, and we went on a short little trip. So last July, in July of 2024, I read 11 books. That is the most I've ever read in a month. So I have 12 books on the list. So I'm going to do a short, choosing the book in a fun little way. So you'll have to check that out and see what you think. Please leave me some love on those, and let me know what you think about those. So anyhow, I will be back next week when I show you what my Journey Through the Bible readathon is, readathon choices are, and so until next time, I will catch you later. Bye.
Scriptures written